So during the next 60 days, assuming you're watching this on the first day, you have 60 days to actually make a huge change in your life. And I'm not going to lie, this is not going to be easy. It may feel uncomfortable. You may feel fear, doubt, anxiety. You may feel like perhaps this is not for me. You're going to think maybe I can't do this after all. You're going to have all these thoughts, and it's okay. It's completely normal. Even I have these thoughts after 20 years of getting clients and building businesses. Even I have thoughts, maybe this is not for me, but it gets smaller and smaller as time goes on, and then you just ignore it. But you'll always have some kind of level of that. So please follow this as best you can, and you're probably not going to, you won't do it perfect, but this will at least get you in the right mindset. If you want to become a top 1% agency owner, you must have the same habits of one, and you must act and move like one. You can't expect to get the results that I have if you don't at least come up to my level of mindset and habits. And I'm not saying that I have the best. There's plenty of people, agency owners, that have better habits, strategies, systems, habits, focus, and that make more than me. But what I can teach you is the coaching aspects, the focus, the mindset. I can help you keep you accountable. Maybe you make more than me versus my agency. That's definitely possible. So what's the top 15 protocols that we put into place? And like I said, it's not going to be easy to do all 15, but you can see them here. There'll be a document down below this video. Basically, we're not giving you any type of dopamine for free. So even with food, releases sugar, releases dopamine, alcohol, dopamine releasing drugs, even things like Coke Zero. This is my downfall here. I have about 100 of these cans here that I release dopamine in small amounts during the day, which I could be cutting. This is obviously smoking a cigarette. Porn, masturbation, entertainment. You guys understand all this kind of stuff, but you probably know all of it. But just in general, here's the best of everything that I've ever seen, what has helped me and what I've tried and tested. Basically, you wake up, you check your balance, you check your bank balance every day. If it's not exactly where you want it to be, that's going to motivate you. It might be hard. You might feel like bad. You check it and, oh, I only have $50 right now. All right. But depending on how you, like your bank balance, if you check that every day, it will give you a good emotion to either work hard, feel comfortable, etc. But even if it said $10 million, you had a bank balance of $10 million, if you're passionate about marketing and you're passionate about what you're doing and building, you're still going to want to wake up and do the work. So yeah, this is meditation 3 hours a week. I do this in multiple different ways. You can do 10 minutes a day or 1 hour one day and then nothing the rest of the week really. So you can space it all out. I like to do breath work. It's very easy to do that, like an hour a week or 2 hours a week, and then do a meditation at home. So I'll go to a class sometimes, or I'll do it at home. And you can meditate and look at the wall. You can meditate and listen to some relaxing music that gets you into the mind frame and close your eyes. You can do it many different ways. A meditation actually increases your brain matter, which makes you smarter, which helps you work on your goals. So there's a logical reason to it. We're not talking about anything woo-woo here. Just drinking water when you wake up, not drink before you go to sleep. It's because sleep is the most important thing out of this. Is number one, dopamine is not free. It has to be earned through going through the program and doing hard things. And number two, sleep is very important. Even if you get 7 hours of sleep and not 8, now your work output the next day and your ability to think and do hard things has lowered about 30 to 40%. So I want to make this program as easy as possible for you. And we've done that. Now you have to make it as easy on yourself as possible. I can't do this part for you. So this is exactly what I do every day. Now, if you get in the habit of doing this for the next 60 days, then it'll become a habit for life. And then your income will just increase. Phone time, max 2 hours per day. You can set limits on it. Same with your social media on any device, including your computers. I use this application, Chrome extension called Unhook, where you can hide YouTube feeds, shorts, and comments here. So if I go onto YouTube, this pops up here. I can hide comments, hide information, hide top header, hide home feed. So if I go to YouTube right now, say I'm going to get distracted, I'm going to start just mindlessly strolling around YouTube to see what's good. Now I can't. So for me, that's a big one. Is now I can only watch and study videos about marketing. Or there's specific channels. And then I have to go actually click on the channel and make a decision mindfully about what I want to watch. If I'm searching for something, that makes sense. But you can see, I think it even gets rid of your search ability. So it basically gets rid of YouTube by doing that. And then you can just make a change. So if I change it back, see my home feed again. Yeah, I'll see some of the things that I'm currently interested in. So you can easily get 3 to 4 hours of social media time in by just, the feed you things you want to see. So that's a big thing for me personally. Weight training gives you that feel good hormones, which makes it easier for you the next day to do the work. A big thing for health and nutrition, and I've studied this a lot, and what works best for an entrepreneur specifically is a keto diet where you're doing 0 fried foods, 0 seed oils, and almost 0 carbs. You can do some carbs like dark chocolate, plenty of fruits and vegetables. But when it comes to anything processed, which is basically if you go to a grocery store, anything that's not on the ends of the grocery store is bad. So you just go on the outside of the grocery store where it starts with fruits and vegetables, goes to dairy products, meat products, and then it finishes it off with like milk or whatever. And then you're to the checkout. But everything in the middle is food products. It's not actually food. So when you're putting in seed oils, it takes 2 years for that to get out of your system, which creates inflammation, which creates brain fog, which allows you to not be able to focus on your work assignments here in the program. So if you're doing like a straight keto from a traditional like Western style diet and you're having a lot of sugars and processed foods, you get something called a keto flu. Now, personally, I don't get this keto flu because I'm basically doing this every single day for years. It's just, I'm like for breakfast today, I had steak and eggs, and I had some fruit last night with a piece of dark chocolate. But for carbs, 0 carbs, having sugar-free drinks, coffee with sugar-free sugar, either xylitol or one of the many other ones like stevia. And then I get a little bit of sugar in from milks and fruits and things like that, but we're limiting our carbs to basically 20 a day. And my metrics for food, personally, because I'm at 190 pounds, 6 foot, I'm eating about 140 grams of protein per day. And this is not as a bodybuilder, but this is an entrepreneur that wants to eat just enough to maintain muscle mass, to maintain results in the gym, but also not eat too much, not eat 200 grams of protein or 250 grams of protein, which bodybuilders will say they recommend, because I'm not trying to bulk up. I'm not trying to do a competition. Well, this is quite different from what you'll probably see as far as protein intakes. This is enough to maintain and build lean muscle for the majority of people, especially if we're working from home, we're sitting in a chair most of the time. There's no need to overconsume carbs. Number one, you don't need carbs because you're not running a marathon. I'm able to run 10,000 steps a day on this without any carbs. So on this basically keto or very close to keto diet, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a matter of doing about 80%. If you can do about 80% of everything on this list, you'll have success up to a very high level you've never seen before. All right, it doesn't have to be perfect. Even I'm not perfect on this schedule. Sometimes I'll mess up my protocol. Sometimes I'll go out like once or twice a month and actually have alcohol. Sometimes I'll eat before 2 p.m. Sometimes I'll be like, maybe once a month, I might get a croissant or like a coffee with sugar. So you guys know exactly what your limitations and your weaknesses are. So on this list, which one is preventing you from having the most success in the program? Focus on that one and just try to work on cutting that one out. If you can just cut 1 or 2 things out of this list that's really taking up all of your time, for me personally, it's actually on YouTube. If I look at my phone here, if you have an iPhone, by the way, you can just go over here to usage. You go to settings. Somewhere on here it's called screen time. So you can see for the last week your screen time, and then it'll actually allow you to put limits on there. You can see mine is pretty high, and it'll tell you what apps you're using and allow you specific times. All right, downtime. So I always keep my phone on silent. Eliminate as many notifications as possible. Notifications is like a dopamine hit. So notifications means don't check your email 20 times a day. Every time you get a notification on your phone, ooh, message, check. Okay, now you've distracted yourself for 10 minutes. So you just do the thing once a day. Check your bank balance once a day. Check your email once a day. All right? Go on YouTube once a day, whatever it is. So for me, I have app limits here. And then I will always go over time on, let's see for the last week, let's see. So it's not bad. Over the last week, WhatsApp is 10 hours, YouTube is 10 hours for the last week, Instagram is 4 hours, Telegram's 1 hour. Again, most of that is work related, and I'm posting up videos on YouTube, and I'm just texting on WhatsApp for business and personal. So that's pretty good, to be honest. If you can get down to, see, my total screen time for the last 7 days is 32 hours. Now, I've seen people that have over 100 hours. So it depends. But during this period of time where we're focused on getting clients and getting results and actually making a massive change in your business, your total screen time per day should be 2 hours per day max. That's what we're setting as. So hopefully this helps. Let me know below this video, what things are you working on to actually implement the protocol? What things are your weaknesses? And maybe what things should we add to the list, because we can always improve.